शाश्वतं प्रकृति मानव संगतं खलु शाश्वतं तत्त्व सर्वं धारकं सत्त्वपालनकारकं वारी वायु व्योम वह्नि जागतं शाश्वतं प्रकृति मानव संगतम्. Eternal is the relationship between nature and human beings. All the elements of water, wind, sky, fire, and earth are verily the holders and nourishers of creators. Nature-oriented houses. Nature, it's very wide word in a way that it has lot of meanings, and two meanings that we have here we want to share with you is Prakriti and Swabhav. Now, Prakriti is the outer world, a creative world that is universe surrounding us, which includes plants, animals, landscape, and lot of other features and products of earth and all other forces. Where Swabhava, nature, that is within us, that is inner force, an inner force of an inner force or some of such forces in an individual or the basis of inherent feature is also nature. Bhagavad Gita in the Adhyaya 7, Shlok 4, it says, Bhumi rapo analo vayuhu kham mano buddhi revacha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakriti radhishtadha. In this shlok, two kinds of nature is mentioned, apara prakriti and para prakriti. Apara prakriti is the jad, the gross world, and para prakriti is the subtle world, which is chetan, which is consciousness. In this apara prakriti, it says that it is inherited by sthula, sukshma, and karan sharir, and where para prakriti is chetan. So this sthul sharir or sukshma sharir and karan sharir is 5 elements, 5 senses, mind, intellect, and ego. This all is the existence. It is the reason behind the entire existence, entire outer existence of the world. Starting with this, what we understand nature-oriented houses is something like this, that nature-oriented is blurring the lines between architecture and landscape, inside and outside, built and unbuilt. It can be visually abstracted from nature, like aesthetics, form, patterns, etc. And thirdly, which is very widely known today, is the environmental sustainability. It can be attained in many various methods, but the way we have tried here in our first project is utilizing the natural resources. This is House of Bricks, Bharuch, Gujarat. It is an ongoing project. Here we have used bricks as the material. It is the basic material and the whole residence is built out of that material only, bricks being local. The site was a corner site, and it is a site in a society, and it has, when we started this design, we thought that we should have public court and private court because we have two roads. So why not to connect both the roads, as we cannot connect from the corner. So started with that. We really started establishing the relationship of built versus open, and we firstly established the 5 lines which are structural lines of the residence, and then we started opening it up, and finally we found this kind of lines, and where the space is flowing from outside to inside and inside to outside. Here we have 3 courts, party court and the central court and a tea court, they three are different courts. One is inside the house, within the house, and other two are connecting to other roads and the surroundings. Here we are sharing some of the images. This is entry, living room. Yeah, here we didn't have much scope to connect with surroundings, so we have used a lot of skylights, and the other huge openings are opening towards the courtyards.
So, friends, it's my turn, and use of local material and craftsmanship is the other way we look to our projects, and where I just want to show you one of the approaches where we have used this paper tubes which are locally available, and have really gone on to use it into the project. And here in one of the other celebrated projects that we have done in Rajkot, you can see that the fire bricks, which is a local material being manufactured in Wakaner, 35 kilometers from Rajkot, and here we have used this brick locally, sending all the people from here, Bharuch. The next project is the reusable tile house, and here I want to show that and say also that one is that how we conserve nature, and the other is, if say suppose we have the product which is already in terms of which we have already manufactured, then as designers we can really do something, and that is that how do we use it in a manner that it can be reused. So here is an example which we have applied in this project, and I would love to show this one. So here, what we are doing is that the entire house is a tile house, and each and every tile in the house can be really taken off after its self life and be reused by someone else. And as you can see here, these are the various images of the house. Here, more than the design, the concern of the reuse of the tile was the most important criteria that we have really taken into account and have done this project.
Everything in life is inspired from nature, directly or indirectly. So is the art. Art can be represented directly or indirectly. Or, in other words, we can say art can be represented in the form of real or abstract. Abstraction is one of the ways to bring art in architecture, and that is what we have explored in the amalgamation of two such art forms, Indian classical music and architecture. This is a farmhouse proposal for Padma Shri Gundecha Brothers at Bhopal. The site is located at Bhopal, and here we have used Rag Charukeshi Mandala, and it has been used as the mandala. Now, what is mandala? So, literally, it means circle, and it is a spiritual symbol which says that in Hinduism it represents universe, where raga represents moods and expression which moves us towards nature, and it has clear association of time of day and night and seasons of the year. So here is the process that we are not sharing in detail because of the time, but this is how we have come across the raga mandala, and using the swaras and swar sangatis of raga, and on site we have placed this raga mandala and as an architectural grid as well as landscape grid. Overlapping both, we got such a mandala, and then we started developing architectural planning. Here we had the site had 12 mango trees which were already there, and the corner, that is left corner, that is open, it has all those 12 mango trees, and the other part that is open is for like we wanted to welcome nature over there, and we wanted the users to participate or engage themselves more with the outdoor activities as well.
So, having said that, I want to say that as you can see, the Rag Mandala becomes an important feature in the design that we are doing. And here is one of the other examples where the Rag Bhairavi Mandala has been used to design this particular residence, and such beautiful layout has emerged with such an organic pattern. In one of the other houses that we are doing in Dakor, as we call it as House of Swing, here this is the Rag Mandala of Hindol Rag, and this we have repeated it 8 times to develop the planning of this house, as you can see there. So also the same Rag Mandala we use to derive the sections and elevations, and here as you can see, this is what we use it as a grid to derive these particular uh, uh, the elevations and sections and the entire form of it. Also, in the raga, the brick bond pattern is also derived from, say, the distances that are used in the distances between the swaras that are being used into the raga. And as you can see here, the entire pattern that we have followed into the brickwork is 1 1/2 1/2 1 1, and the entire brick wall of the house has been done. Further, the elliptical opening that we have taken into this particular house that you are going to see here too, we have designed certain jalis. These jalis also have been derived, climatically been designed, taking its uh, uh, derivation from a particular bandish that was sung by the Drupad Gayaks, the Gundecha brothers, and uh, taking the derivation from like the swaras of that particular bandish, this particular uh, jali, as you can see, has been carved out, where the blue is the glass and the red are the bricks. And here, simply a single line, which is, as you can see on the upper side of the screen, is put in the middle and then shifted from left hand side to right hand side to derive something very, very organic, unthought of, beautiful pattern. And as you can see, it has been used in the inside and the outside, so bringing in more complexity to the overall design. In summary, here in Rag Charukeshi, the Rag Charukeshi gets manifested architecturally as
This ramp connects from the land to the sky. And this is a central sky court.
around this court, the 14 bedrooms have been placed. On the lower floor, 9 bedrooms, which are being used by their sons and daughters and the ones who are going to visit them, that is, their guests.
This area has double wall system, so it can really control climate.
And this is the court above, surrounding which 5 bedrooms of 3 brothers, mother, father, and sister are located.
So here enclosed, semi-enclosed, and open, that rhythm has set.
Yeah. So the best part is that the project is on site. As you can see these visuals, we are underway. Around 60% and more work is over of this particular house, as you can see in these images. And we are extremely proud that we have some phenomenal client phenomenal work staff and who is getting this entire project come into shape and making it a reality. There are so many aspects to talk about, but one of the most important aspect that at this juncture of time, the musical mandalas, the rag mandalas, and the usage of Indian classical music that we do into our projects is in collaboration with Dr. Janki Mithaiwala, a PhD in Indian classical music, as well as the disciple of the Padma Bhushan Dr. Prabha Atre from Kirana Garana. We are extremely thankful to her for her insight and really taking, or rather extending the present boundaries of architecture and really taking it ahead. Well, as we talked about the swaras, now let's talk about some tala as well. And here, in one of the bedrooms that we have designed in the Gundecha brothers' house, one of the brothers, Akhilesh ji, he himself is a pakhavaj player, and his son Siddhant is a tabla player. So the entire form of their rooms ceilings have been derived from these particular pattern. And as you can see it in the white line, that becomes the line for this 3D formation, and the entire thing has been derived from that. Besides that, the tal has also been used in one of the upcoming houses that we are doing it in Ankleshwar. And
Actually, tal represents cyclic movement of nature, and like we cannot generally use it like it here helps us to abstract the idea of the cyclic movement of or rebirth or day and night and this kind of movement of nature. So we have used tal 3 tal to help us to represent that.
so these are beautiful imageries of this house, upcoming house. We are very happy that it has the ground floor slab has been reached, and it's taking shape so beautifully in our own vicinity town of Ankleshwar. Furthermore, the use of tal and swara has been done, and well, in the same site of Gundecha brothers, that Bandesh, the entire landscape has been derived from this, and there are the contours which eventually, in times to come, will surely share. So, in finality, we want to say that
We are nature. We just need to realize this that we are nature.
thank you so much. It is such a pleasure that we have been able to really talk about our story. Once again, thank you. Thank you.